Welcome to the Mind Myself podcast. I'm Esther, and it is my pleasure to be bringing you information about healthcare approaches, health issues, and people's health journey stories, all from the complementary, holistic, and integrative perspectives, helping you become your own best health advocate and helping you make your own informed choices because you matter. Welcome to Mind Myself Conversations with E. I'm Esther, founder and CEO of Mind Myself, and it is my great pleasure to again welcome Allison Zeidler to the podcast. Welcome, Allison.
Thank you. So much fun to be here. Thank you.
That's great. Allison, tell us a little bit about who you are and your credentials, just to get us started.
Thank you. I'm a holistic wellness facilitator, and I opened my clinic in 2009. I'm a registered Canadian reflexology therapist. I'm a quantum touch energy healing instructor. I'm a touch for health instructor. I'm a certified HeartMath practitioner. I'm a certified equine massage therapist and an equine HANA somatics level 1 educator.
Wow, I don't even know what all that means, and it's so impressive. It's just so amazing. So today we're going to be talking about HeartMath, and I know, Allison, that you work with both people and animals, not just horses, but a whole range of animals. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about HeartMath. What is that? What does that mean?
HeartMath was founded in 1991, and it's an institute. They've conducted leading edge research on stress, and they've developed this science-based, evidence-based system of techniques and heart rate variability technology, and that improves our emotional well-being and our physiological, so our body, and our neurological, nervous system balance. So it's been tested in multiple healthcare settings, hospitals, educational institutions, corporate, high-level athletics, just all around the world. And they have over 400 peer-based researched journal articles in like really cool places, right? Like the American Journal of Cardiology, stress medicine, integrative physiological and behavioral science, right? Mm-hmm. So it's really, it's science-based for sure. It's not woohoo stuff. And it is so incredibly important to have our mind and our body and our neurology all working together in balance and harmony.
That makes perfect sense to me. And are there some names in the HeartMath movement that people might recognize? Like, I know Greg Braden does some work with HeartMath. Are there some other names that you might be able to share?
Dr. Childre developed it, and Adam Lehman is also big in HeartMath, and I'm sorry, the other names have escaped me.
Okay. We can put some links in the show notes, so no problem about that. And is there a HeartMath Institute? And if so, where is it located?
You know what? I don't think it even has a location. California, for sure. But yeah, they have an extensive website, and there'll be links to look up. It is worldwide. It's super easy to use and learn. But they also have quite a few free resources that
amazing
there'll be a link for.
Great. And yeah. Okay, so practically speaking, HeartMath, how do I use it? How does it work?
Yeah. So, as most people know, everything is connected, right? Our emotional state impacts us physically. Our thoughts impact our emotions. Even our posture, that can affect how we feel, okay? Now, What they found over the years is that the heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. And so the heart can actually process information, and the heart makes hormones, one of which is oxytocin, and that's that bonding, the love hormone. Okay. So HeartMath techniques bring about what they call coherence. And coherence is where our mind and our body, our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous systems, our brain and our heart, our emotions, everything is in sync with each other. So what happens when we are stressed, anxious, frustrated, our nervous system, all of our systems of our body are disorganized and jangly, right? And HeartMath uses the heart rate variability, which is sort of the space in between each heartbeat. And that changes. And it doesn't have anything to do with our exercise level. When that heart rate variability is nice and even, then we're in a coherent state. Everything's connected, working together. When we're in that sort of frustrated, angry, yucky state, that heart rate variability sort of, that graph looks like this jagged, yucky stuff. Okay. And we want it to be nice and smooth. When we're in a coherent state, we make better decisions. We have emotional stability. We think better. When we're in that really jagged, yucky state, smart people can make really stupid decisions, right? Because we can't function properly.
Well, and in one of our previous conversations, Allison, you had mentioned that we're all energy. We are energy. The air around us is energy. We get affected and influenced by energy around us, things, people, animals, the atmosphere, etc. And so that would mean to me that HeartMath is one of the tools that you use and that you can teach us how to use to manage our energy. And I love the word coherence too, and bring ourselves into coherence. Can you talk a little bit more about the power of coherence?
So acute stress, okay, is good. Let me just talk about stress for just a moment. So short-term kinds of stress can help us, okay? That fight or flight thing that kicks in if a bear is actually chasing you, okay? But long-term chronic stress and anxiety is really quite harmful, okay? It actually contributes to things like heart disease and blood pressure issues, strokes, depression. It causes us to age faster, okay? And it impairs our memory. And it can actually kill off brain cells, okay? Physically, it affects us because we're not all working together, right? The body brain isn't working together. So for athletes, it's important. We get clumsy if we're in a really incoherent state, okay? We feel like crap, okay? We isolate ourselves.
That's the very scientific term, right? We feel
I know. Like I'm really not a sciencey type of person, okay?
Totally right. No problem.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that chronic stress and anxiety does to us. And HeartMath talks about renewing emotions and depleting emotions. So depleting emotions are things like anxiety, depression, rage, frustration, impatience, those sorts of emotions. And renewing emotions, calm, compassion, gratitude, appreciation, love. So when we experience these yucky emotions, these depleting emotions, hormones get released in our body and cortisol floods it, and cortisol stays in our body for hours and hours. That leads to weight gain and a whole bunch of other issues. And in those hours and hours, we've been triggered again. So we've now experienced 12 different frustrating, anxiety producing events. Okay, so that's the chronic stress. But when we experience the renewing emotions, other hormones get released that help to regenerate our nervous system, to get our body back into that coherent, synchronized, balanced state. So when we live in a more coherent state, we have a better lifespan. We have a better ability to deal with the crap that life throws at us. They found there's a 40% improvement in long-term memory. There's an improvement in short-term memory. We have better access, a better ability to problem solve, right? Increased job performance, test taking, higher test scores. So when we shift into that sort of renewing emotional state, and it's pretty easy to do, okay, then that heart rate variability goes from that jagged stuff into a much nicer, smooth pattern, okay? So we want to try and live in that more coherent state, but we're always going to experience crap, okay?
Really?
And
You're
yeah,
not perfect?
yeah,
Life
we're
is
not perfect. Yeah. You know, I think even if you lived on the top of a mountain in a monastery, you'd probably still experience some stress. Okay.
I'd hazard a guess because you're not going to be alone. And whenever there's more than one person, you're going to experience some.
Exactly. So HeartMath gives us some tools to actually shift into that more coherent state quickly. And yeah,
I'm assuming that it's not math equations. It's called
no,
heart math, but you don't do math.
no.
So what are some of the tools? Like, can you give us a sample of what
Yes.
are the tools that heart math means?
Yeah. So let's just do this one exercise. It's quick coherence. So it's one of the tools. Okay. And so as we get into it, you're going to want to try and re-experience a lovely emotion. So, and I'll give you a list, okay? But compassion or gratitude or love, okay? So what I'd like you to do, kind of get comfortable, and you can do this with your eyes open. These are designed to be done in the moment. So you can do it when you're driving. You can do it when you're in a meeting, right? So I just want you to focus your attention on your heart area. Okay. I'd like you to imagine that your breath is flowing in and out of your heart area. And we're just going to breathe just a little bit slower and a little bit deeper than normal.
Is it okay to touch my heart?
Yes, you can. Yep. And just find a nice, easy rhythm that's comfortable for you for breathing. And as you continue to breathe, flowing in and out of your heart, make a sincere attempt to experience a regenerative feeling, compassion for someone, gratitude, appreciation, or love. Really feel that emotion as you breathe in and out of your heart. And there you go. So what that does is it helps to release hormones, the good hormones, okay? And get our system back into a more coherent state where everything is working better. And you need to practice this. So you need to practice it 2 or 3 times a day, even if you can do it only for 2 minutes, so that your system knows. Okay. And then when you need it, you can easily get back into it.
I see. So you're saying to practice it a few times a day so that you can be familiar with it and you can return to it instantly when you need it in a stressful situation or an anxiety causing situation or an angry situation or a sick situation. You will have that familiar feeling in your body you can return to immediately.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
Wow. And in your practice, I mean, you're an instructor in this, right? Level 1?
No, not an instructor in HeartMath, just a practitioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your practice like in terms of HeartMath? What do you do?
So I usually will give this or one of the other quick and easy HeartMath tools to my clients to use at home. You know,
Great.
it's all well and good for clients to come and see us, right? And we want that. They need it. We need it, right? But we also need to be able to do things for ourselves at home when we're out in the world. And that's one of the things I love about HeartMath, because it gives us a lot of different methods for at-home use that helps us in our day-to-day lives.
So what would a session with you, I know you have a huge bag of tools that you use in a session. What would a session with you look like that included HeartMath? I imagine it might be similar to something we just did, but how long would a session be and what would it look like, a first session?
So usually what we do in when I do like a series of HeartMath sessions, there's usually at least 4 sessions. Okay. We talk a lot about stress, right? What it does, how it affects us. We chat about the stressors in your life. Okay. And then we start to get into the exercises. So I'll usually go through 2 exercises that I teach in the first session, 1 or 2. And then you go away and you practice them for the week or 2 weeks and keep records of how you're feeling, how quickly you can get back to a more balanced state. It's not really onerous. It doesn't take hours and hours. Okay, these are quick things. It's not designed to add more stress to your life. Okay.
Don't want that.
No. But then you come back for another session and then we, debrief, find out how things are going. And then we learn 1 or 2 more exercises that target sort of different aspects of shifting our emotions, shifting our thoughts. HeartMath has an awful lot of tools.
Fantastic. Well, what's something, as we draw this wonderful conversation to a close, and if people want to reach you, the information will be in the notes accompanying this episode. But what's something that you want to leave people with today, Allison?
2 things. Very quickly, HeartMath has some free videos. So that'll be in the comments and links. I urge everyone to go check them out. And then the other thing is to be kind to yourself.
But a perfect thing to end on. Be kind to yourself. And as we say at Mind Myself, be kind to yourself because you matter.
Yes.
Thank you for being with us, Allison.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us at the Mind Myself podcast today. We know that time is precious and you've spent some of your valuable time with us. We're grateful. If you would like to reach out to our guests directly, the information is below. And if you would like more from Mind Myself, that information is also below. Please visit our website and check out all the information about the different complementary, holistic, and integrative healthcare approaches, information about health issues, more podcasts, tons of blogs, and we even have a community page for you where you could reach out and tell your story safely, or you could ask questions and perhaps somebody else in the world is going through something similar to you. In any case, we're so glad you're with us and we're doing this because you matter.